What up guys, Miguel here of YugaTech, and with the coming of Samsung's latest iteration to the Note series as well as the S10 series that launched earlier this year, we can't help but think which one of these 5 flagship devices is the right one for you. So in this video, we are checking out the key differences between the two lineups and we're recommending each device to a certain user. The S10 series was launched in February of this year, while the Note 10 series was just announced this month. For display, across all 5 devices, you get a dynamic AMOLED Infinity O panel, which gives users support for HDR10+, and generally, it's an amazing AMOLED panel that works very well under direct sunlight. A key difference here, of course, is the size. You get a 5.8-inch display on the S10e, 6.1 inches on the standard S10, 6.3 inches on the standard Note 10, 6.4 inches on the S10 Plus, and 6.8 inches on the Note 10 Plus. There's also a difference in display resolution which honestly most users won't notice. The S10e and the standard Note 10 get a resolution of 2280 by 1080, while the rest get a resolution of 3040 by 1440. Oh, and let's not forget that punch hole. On the S10 series, it's on the top right corner, while on the Notes, it's on the upper center. Under the hood, the S10 series is equipped with either Samsung's Exynos 9820 or Qualcomm's Snapdragon 855 chipset depending on your region. While the Note 10 series gets the new Exynos 9825 or again the Snapdragon 855. Performance for most tasks and day-to-day use should be the same across the board, but then again, I don't really think users will notice the difference in numbers when in day-to-day use. I mean, they are all 2019 flagships after all. As for configurations, you get a crazy 12 gigs of RAM for both Plus models and a very capable 8 gigs for everything else. In terms of internal storage, that's a standardized 128 gigs for the S10 lineup, with the S10 Plus getting a 1TB option as well. The two Note devices get a base 256 gigs of internal storage, with the Note 10 Plus getting a 512 gig option. You do get the option for expandable storage via micro SD card for all these devices, except for the standard Note 10. For battery, the S10e draws power from a 3100 mAh cell. On the other hand, the standard S10 gets 3400, while the standard Note 10 gets 3500 mAh. The S10 Plus gets a 4100 mAh cell, while the Note 10 Plus gets a 4300 one. All S10 devices get the same fast charging capability of up to 15 watts, while the standard Note 10 gets 25 watt fast charging, and the Note 10 Plus gets the capability for up to 45 watts. For cameras, let's try simplifying things. Starting with the rear, we get practically the same foray of cameras across the board. That's a 12 megapixel main shooter. The S10 series technically has a wider field of view when using this lens, a 12 megapixel telephoto, and a 16 megapixel ultra-wide. The Note 10 Plus gets an additional 3D time-of-flight camera which allows users to take portrait video, while the S10e loses the telephoto lens. In front, all devices get a 10 megapixel selfie shooter, while the S10 Plus gets an additional 8 megapixel sensor for depth information. Now, one of the last differences has to be the Note device's S Pen. Some may forget that the Note series is actually Samsung's flagship phablet. With smartphone display sizes getting bigger each year, the main and only thing that signifies the Note as a phablet at this point is that S Pen. The S Pen allows Note users to gain some additional functionality like taking handwritten notes and translating that handwriting to text. And with this latest iteration, air gestures. Last year's S Pen allowed users to use it as a remote shutter for the camera. Now, users can interact with the camera's interface just with the pen. And the last difference I feel is worth mentioning in this video is you lose the 3.5mm audio jack on both Note devices. With wireless earbuds taking the world slowly by storm, Samsung felt it was time for the port to go. So to actually conclude this video, we've condensed these 5 flagships into 3 categories. The S10e is the only phone in its category. We call it the best bang for your buck. It's the cheapest of the bunch and you do get all the essentials plus a little bit more, like wireless and reverse wireless charging. And it's totally a pro for users who enjoy a more compact device. The Galaxy S10e retails for 39,990 pesos. The standard S10 and Note 10 falls under a category I call mid-guard. In my opinion, these standard devices are the centerpieces of the 5, and they are definitely a great symbolism of how far Samsung's gotten with their 2 flagship lineups. The S10 retails for 49,990 pesos, while the Note 10 gets a price tag of 53,990 pesos. Last but not the least, the Plus models. They fall under a category I like to call extra, as you really get the plus in what they offer. They're truly extra in everything. Extra cameras, that's in front for the S10 Plus and at the back for the Note 10 Plus. You get much bigger displays compared to their standard versions. You get extra storage configurations and you get more battery. The S10 Plus costs 55,990 pesos for the 128GB variant and 89,990 pesos for the 1TB configuration. The Note 10 Plus will set you back 60,990 pesos for the 256GB model and 72,990 pesos for the 512GB version. And that pretty much sums up this video. What did you guys think? Which of the 5 will you get? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, be sure to smack that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so you get notified of future uploads. Be sure to visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Miguel, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, I may sound weird in this video. Kinda have a cold. But again, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!